Hey everybody, welcome to Chin Fat. In this episode, I'm going to be going over, finally, color grading. We've been going over all these Davinci Resolve tutorials with editing and sound mixing, and now we are getting into color grading. So I went through the scopes already, went through all the scopes and the tools in previous episodes, and now we're actually doing the color grade here. So if you missed any of those and you need to go back and refresh yourself on the scopes and the tools, it would just be the couple episodes previous to this one here. So, all right, so first thing I want to start off with is generating a node tree that you can be using while you're doing your color grade. You can basically just copy and paste all of your clips, so you don't have to keep creating a node tree every time you click on a new shot to do the color grade. So right here, I've got my first clip selected, which means this is the one I'm working. This is the one I'm working on color grading first here. But what I want to do is I want to create a node tree. So what I'm going to do here is create a bunch of new nodes here. I'm going to grab maybe four new nodes onto this one because I'm going to be doing five steps in color grading. And the way you add a node is on a Mac, you're going to hit, once you have a node selected up here, which this one is selected, it's got that red ring around it, you hit Option S. Option S will create a node after the node, your first node here. So I'm going to add three more nodes here. So Option S, S, S. And by the way, that is Alt S on a PC, Option S on a Mac. So, and I'm going to kind of arrange these so they're a little bit more compressed and put them up and down like that just because I like to. There we go. You can rearrange those any way you want to, but I'm going to rename each one of these. I'm going to right click on this and we're going to go to Node Label. Node Label will ask you what you want to name your this first node. The first one I'm going to work on is going to be brightness and contrast. So I just like to call it BNC for brightness and contrast. These are going to be mostly just luminous levels. So I'm going to right click on this one. We go node label. And the second thing I'm going to be working on is balance. This is usually the order that I like to grade in, doing brightness and contrast first. If you don't have contrast, it's really tough to see what color shade your clip is doing, especially if your footage is in log. This is log footage right here. Let's show you another clip here on log. So right here on this wide shot here, notice that this shot is very, very flat. If I pull this down here, my vector scope, and we go to our waveform, you're going to have all of your brightness levels. This is underexposed a little bit, and it's all kind of flattened across maybe about 40 IRE, which is not a. If you're getting a very good contrast spread, that means you're spreading across close to 0 and close to 100. If you have things that are defined as black and white in your image, this is going to be spread way out. So look at the contrast here. I'll just do a quick example. That's spreading out my contrast there. We got a way more contrast to your image there. I can actually brighten this up a little bit as well. And then you can see the difference between this and let me hit Command Home. That would be Control Home on a PC, and it resets my whole node tree. So what I can do here is just turn that off. Let's hit Command D, which would be Control D on a PC, and show that there's before, there's after. So this comes right out of the camera. The reason, and I've mentioned this before several times, the reason why this is flatter, while the whites, the highlights, and the darks are pushed closer together, is because when your camera shoots in this mode, it's able to retain a lot of dynamic range, which means the camera's ability to pick up details in the darks and the highlights. Now we can really control those by spreading these out manually, where you're not quite hitting black and not quite hitting white. So that way you're getting a contrasty image without destroying detail in the image. So I'm going to hit Command Home. That would be Control Home on a PC, and it resets my node back to normal. I'm going to go back to my first node here, and this once again is shot in log footage. When you're shooting on these cameras, usually you have what's called a display LUT that will display it in more of a contrasty image, kind of like this one right here. Contrasty and saturated. This was actually shot on an earlier Sony camera, where this is shot on a Blackmagic camera. But this camera was shot on an earlier Sony camera as a pickup shot, and it has a baked-in look where it's spread. You can see that it spread out the contrast here. You got a much wider contrast on that shot than you do on this Blackmagic shot, where everything is kind of pushed together. But when you're shooting, usually your camera will display a LUT to your screen, even though it's recording this image. It'll look like it's recording this type of image here, where you've got a lot of contrast and saturation. But all that contrast and saturation can be restored here. But once it's done, what it's done is pushed it all together to preserve that dynamic range here and give it a higher ability to preserve the details in the darks and in the highlights. All right, so the third one that we're going to work on here is going to be saturation. So I'm going to right click and do node label, and we'll type in saturation. And then this one down here, we're going to work on secondaries. So these are all primary color grades here. That is a global correction when you're affecting your entire image, but we're going to work on secondaries on this one right here. So node label and secondaries are going to be things like if you're selecting a specific color that you want to work on, like your blues, your yellows, and if you want, like if you're trying to make the sky look bluer, or you're trying to make, we mentioned in an earlier episode, like the flowers that are in the background right here. If you really want to bring out the yellows without oversaturate the yellows without oversaturating the rest of your image, that is called a secondary color grade, where you are selecting a very specific color vector based on hue, saturation, and luminance to do a color grade. And then the last one we're going to work on here is going to be skin, and we can add nodes later on if we need to. If we need to do like a secondary for the sky and a secondary for the flowers or something like that, we can totally do that. I'm going to right click and go node label, and we're going to make this last one skin tone. So now we got this node tree that we can keep here. And the way you keep that node tree, and I want to copy and paste it, everything else, is you can add it to your gallery stills up here. I've already got like a color grade that's been done up here, but just ignore that for now. But if I want to save this node tree right here, and I'm going to hit Command Option G, and that will save that as a grade over here. You can think of the Command Option G, Control Alt G on a PC, and Command Option G on a Macintosh. So now I've got that saved, so I can go to any one of these clips now, and I can start off by adding this node here as my node tree. That was my node tree. Let's go down here and name it. The way you name this, this is a little different than right-clicking on here and saying node label. We're going to go over to this node, and you're just going to click right below it. I'm not sure why they don't have it like they have you name it over here, but you just click right below it, and it adds a cursor right there below. I had to select it first, and now you click below and it adds a cursor and asks, what do you want to name this? So I'm just going to call this one just node tree, like that. So now if I move over this clip right here, I can just move my mouse up over here. With this clip selected, I want to add that node tree to this clip. So I'm going to move my mouse over this, and I'm going to do the middle click on the mouse. If you don't have a mouse with a scroll wheel, you need one for Davinci Resolve. It makes it incredibly easier than the mice that have no scroll key on it. But I'm going to middle click over the top of this one. That means you push your scroll wheel in like you're pushing a mouse button in. So I'm going to middle click on this, and it will borrow that node tree. It'll send it right to this clip, and I can do this to all of these if I want to. I can just go middle click and so on down the line. And if I want to do it to everything, I can basically grab everything. Let me just grab everything here. I'm going to select the first one. I'm going to hit Command A, or it would be Control A on a PC, and this has selected my entire timeline. So if you just want to add that node tree to everything, you can just move your mouse up over this shot right there, over this gallery still here, and I'm going to middle click on my scroll wheel, and it just borrowed that grade to everything. You'll see that node tree on everything that I click on now. Okay, that's it for this episode, getting prepped and ready to go for color grading here. In the next episode, we're going to be getting into the first color grade, which is going to be this node right there, brightness and contrast.